Hello, I'm the 10-minute English teacher. Let's get you exam ready. Today we're thinking about Macbeth by William Shakespeare, and I'm going to be providing you with a guide to characters. Before we move on, don't forget to like and subscribe. There are plenty of things on the channel to help you revise for GCSE English Language and GCSE English Literature. Okay, so we're thinking about Macbeth. He is the lead character, the protagonist and the tragic hero in the play. He's a Thane of Glamis and he's a brave warrior who fights for Scotland. He is made Thane of Cawdor by King Duncan. So in Act 1, King Duncan finds out about how brave and fearless Macbeth has been and decides to reward him with a promotion and a new castle. We've got him unable to stand up to his wife, Lady Macbeth, which is an interesting side to his character. So he's this brave and fearless warrior, but is also quite pitifully cowardly in the face of his wife's manipulation. And he's, as I said, brave and fearless and cowardly and paranoid. Very much there are two sides to this character to be explored in the play. Lady Macbeth is his wife. She is duplicitous, so she's very two-faced. She can be charming to her guests, but deeply manipulative and calculating otherwise. She is someone who bullies Macbeth and is also someone who appears to dabble in witchcraft in the play, which would have been deeply shocking at the time. And we can see her as wicked and vile, but there is also another way that we can view this character. She's also quite a powerful woman who is able to control a king, which certainly would have been perhaps quite subversive for a female character of the Jacobean period. We've got Banquo. He is Macbeth's friend and he provides a bit of a contrast to us. He's very different to Macbeth. He keeps his honour and Macbeth loses his. He has a son called Fleance. And King James I had an ancestor called Banquo, so the use of the name and character was intended to directly please him. Shakespeare went and performed the play at Hampton Court for King James, so including a character called Banquo would have been a direct reference and to his ancestry. Macduff is the Thane of Fife. He is someone who is loyal to King Duncan and is suspicious of Macbeth. Macbeth becomes king after King Duncan's death, and Macduff, perhaps out of jealousy, but otherwise, out of loyalty to King Duncan, is rightfully suspicious of Macbeth. He has a wife and family, and his wife is called Lady Macduff. We've got King Duncan. He is a well-respected king, but he's also too trusting and blind to threats against him. He has two sons called Malcolm and Donalbain, and they have to flee to England and Ireland after his death. Macbeth implicates them in his murder. And we have the three witches. They are responsible for telling Banquo and Macbeth their futures when they meet them, when they're on their way home from battle. They provide knowledge of the future to Macbeth, but they don't actually aid him in his evil deeds. Macbeth is responsible for those alone. Okay, so take it further. Here are some key questions you should be able to answer and you do need to know in order to be able to engage with the play. In what different ways can we view Macbeth? What different sides are there to that character? What makes Lady Macbeth an unconventional female character for a Jacobean play? And also think about those two sides to her and the different ways we can view her. What makes Banquo a contrasting character to Macbeth? How is he very different and why? And what is King Duncan's fatal flaw? What is the thing that leads to his downfall and his death in the play? Okay, check out the other videos on my channel. I'll continue to add content. Feel free to ask for something you'd like to see me cover in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share and keep revising.